Good morning, everyone. I believe we all had a splendid night. I am Cephas Nohomba. I had to keep to my promise. It is 8 o'clock Nigeria time. And I have to do this quickly this morning because I have a lot of responsibilities to do today. I strongly believe I'll be so much exhausted after today's activities. So that's why I decided to pay attention to this matter first before doing any other thing. I have been able to source information from different radio stations in Edo State, and I got the same information from them. They said before they got to the scene, the whole things were over, the whole thing was over. The only evidence they have on that very incident was the video that went viral, which you and I watched. But they went further to search for more information about the young man that was killed. The young man is still one of our own, he's a citizen of this country. The boy is just an errand boy to those custom officers there. We all know the situation in Nigeria. There is no job. If that young man had the job, there is no way he will be an errand boy to those custom officers at the checkpoints. He usually goes to buy water for them, food when they are hungry for them, and stays around with them, so almost like a friend to them. So that's why they even gave him that custom polo to put on. So it was when the custom officer, Destiny, was about to shoot dead one of the passengers that refused to give them bribe. That was when he missed his target and shot the young man down. You see, my people, this matter is very alarming. We must call the federal government attention into this issue. We must call the attention into this issue. It is so alarming because I personally, so many other videos are becoming on how custom officers are terrorizing our people while they are on their way from Lagos to Benin and to other parts of this country. I don't think it is right for custom officers to be in isolated places on the highway. Before I will move further, young man, let me see that video. There's a video, another video I want to show to you people. This is another video. Look at it. This is another video. Custom officer, they were chasing people who were on their way from Lagos to their destination. They were chasing them. We don't know the reason why they were chasing them, but for me, as a security inclined personnel, I believe they want to rob these people. Because when the video we actually get to look at when they now got to police checkpoint. When they got to police checkpoint, and if they were actually doing what was right, why did they not collide with the police then to make sure they investigate the vehicle they were chasing? But when they got to police checkpoint, they turned their vehicle and went back. Even there was one of these policemen that was even trying to get one of them. You understand? So they turned their vehicle and they went back. So this is a clear cut that these people wanted to rob these our innocent citizens on their way from Lagos. We can no longer take this anymore. We can no longer take this anymore. I don't know which other evidence the federal government will want us to give for them to react on this matter. I don't know what else they want us to do. Now, what I saw on the news was that it was an accidental discharge. See, the more we begin to have ways of escaping our responsibilities, things will continue to deteriorate in Nigeria. There is no way we will fix it where we continue to find a way of escaping the responsibility. How would you call that accidental discharge? I have 3 things I want to put to the federal government because this is truly a federal government matter. And I'm going to put 3 things to them. The first is that custom officer killed that citizen deliberately. The young man was shot dead deliberately because the young man has always been with them all day. He has no job doing. He runs errands for them. So probably there must be a secret. Some of these illegal operation these custom officers might have been carrying out over there that the young man has got to know, and they are not comfortable with it. So they'll be looking for a proper time to kill the young man. He's no longer alive now. You will be shocked that if we can raise him up to ask him questions. So that's why I believe he was deliberately killed, because a lot of misconduct has been taking place at that very particular checkpoint. A lot of misconduct. If the federal government have any tangible reason to deny this fact, then I will give them another fact, that that custom officer who shot someone dead is a lunatic. Is mentally deranged. Is not mentally balanced. He needs to be taken to the psychiatric to be checked, and he needs to be given attention. If they deny this fact, that means that very custom officer is under the influence of alcohol and drug all the time. There's no way you can deny these three good things. It's alarming. It's one of our own. Okay, I even asked the radio stations and the television stations in Edo State that have they any news that our president, the state governor, or Adaso Shomole, if any of these representatives we have in Edo State are gone to see the family of the young man. They said nothing like that yet. Just imagine, nothing like that yet. That means it was just a fowl that was killed. Something that has given all of us sleepless nights. They've not gone to see the family. Adaso Shomole has not gone to see the family, but they call themselves representatives in government. It goes about convincing our people to vote for them again to come into power. You know, he's only going about gallivanting and rigmaroling. It is so very unequivocal right now that Adaso Shomole is only going about causing political pandemonium everywhere he goes. He has nothing to offer to the common man, because by now they ought to have gone to see the family. I personally have been searching for information. So I even asked radio stations. Some of them were even a bit afraid not to give me the old information. I said I will be happy if I get to know the family of the young man. I want to pay call them and visit to them. He's still one of our own. The young man has no job. There is no job in Edo State. There is no job in Nigeria. So the young man usually stay around them, run errand for them. Probably at the end of the day, they'll give him little thing to take care of himself. Because those custom officers, they are extorting money there. So the federal government needs to act upon this. It is only when it affects federal government, that is only when they react. Look at President Muhammadu Buhari now said that so militaries should be at the polling unit. If they find anybody want to tamper with the ballot board, they should shoot aside. See, I am not afraid of that because I don't have any plan to tamper with any ballot box. But the real thing is that the president does not have any right to pass any bill or make any law. You don't have any right to just stand up anytime, any day and just say things because you want it in your favor. It's not constitutional. Military, they have not been part of an election process. But now that it is affecting him, he has seen a serious opposition. And now he has to bring in things that will be in his favor. When their children is coming from overseas, they go to airport with escorts to bring them back home. But we common men, we travel through the lonely road, and they kept all these customs officers who are harassing, stealing from our people, robbing them on the highway. It is our time that these custom officers should be withdrawn from the express. The seaport is there. That is where they are meant to stay and check whatever that is not supposed to come into this country. The federal government cannot deny the fact that they don't know these processes or the subjects where these things are coming into this country. So they should deal with it right there instead of putting these miscreants and psychopaths on the road to inconvenience our people. We can no longer take it anymore. A lot of our people in diaspora are becoming, exercising their fear of coming back home. This is uncalled for. This is unacceptable. That our people who have traveled over the years, that have gone to other side to find better life, now when they have made a little thing to come back home to invest, they'll be afraid to come home. The police are supposed to protect them, are the ones stealing from them. The customs are supposed to protect them, they are the ones harassing them. They are no longer comfortable to come home anymore. Let me say this to Nigerians, that the people in diaspora holds us a lot of respect. The people, the Nigerian people in diaspora holds us a lot of respect. We hold them a lot of respect. Pardon me. We hold them a lot of respect. Many of them work all day. They work all night. And they've been able to provide better living for their family in Nigeria here. The people in diaspora, as they've helped to reduce poverty in Nigeria up to 30 to 40%. Go and check. Go and check. I know how many that have invested in so many things that family members, friends are not taking care of. From there, they are eating. From there, they are getting salaries. And from there, they are living a better life. If not for people in diaspora, Nigeria by now would be a dead zone, would be a cemetery, would be a mortuary. These people in diaspora, we hold them a lot of respect. Federal government, we need your attention. We need you to talk about this. Our people coming all the way from Europe need to be respected. Those coming from outside the country need to be respected by these agencies. They should stop harassing them. They should stop stealing from them. They should stop robbing them. They should stop extorting money from them. It is not proper. It is not proper. It is not proper at all. It is unacceptable. These people, they've helped us a lot. Now, let me say this. Let me shock Adaso Shomole. As for Governor Obaseki, I respect you as a leader because I've gone through so many of your visions. And I've also got to know how better you are working hard to fulfill all your promises. So I will give you that benefit of doubt. But by now, Your Excellency, you ought to have gone to see the family of the young man. It is a federal matter, but the state representatives in government have a way of appealing to the federal government for matter like this to be handled amicably. Because we, the citizens, we are not happy with it. It is too awkward. We are not happy with it. Because whatever affects one affects all of us. That is the reunion we have now in Nigeria. We are no longer taking things for granted anymore. Whatever affects one affects all. Let me say this. APC was supposed to fail last Saturday in Edo State in the presidential election. But this coming Saturday, they are not only going to fail, but they are going to fail woefully. Woefully. Because with the indigenous, with the citizens, we've taken it upon ourselves that APC will not get one vote. And point of correction, Edo State is not APC state. I want Governor Obaseki to get this into his head. Don't do this APC thing. Concentrate in your leadership. Concentrate and provide all you need to provide for your citizens. If you do well, you are coming back. If you don't do well, you are not coming back. No matter the umbrella you go to hide. This is very, very clear. This coming Saturday is going to be peace. There's going to be peace. It's going to be free and fair. But APC, you are not going to get any votes. I want to thank the people in diaspora for all your support, all your effort, calling most of us at home to cast our vote for AAC, Action Congress. Take it back. We must take it back. I've convinced a lot of my friends right here too. Like so many of them are telling me, how sure are we that Sowore will just win just like that? I told them it will be cowardice for us not to try because we think we might not win. No, we need to try. The vision has just begun. We've started and we are not going to go back. We must continue to press hard until we take it back. We'll continue to fight it. We need young ones in government. We don't need dead brains. We don't need people who are close to their grave to be leading us again. My father died at the age of 76. So for me, it's not acceptable for a man of that age to be leading me. At 76, I used to remind my father of so many things he do forget. Sometimes he lost his memory. That is old age, is the normal thing. President Buhari cannot hear very well, not until you speak very loud. You ask him a question, he gives you another response. A president that is not productive, he can't conceive idea, he can't receive idea, he can't work together with people who have the ideas. Then how are we going to get to the top? Enough of all this. We need to move further. AAC, Action Congress, we must take it back. Africa Action Congress, we must take it back this year. We shouldn't be afraid. We shouldn't be afraid. It is cowardice for soldiers not to go to war because they think their opponent is going to kill them. You are trained, you have to go and exhibit your training. We've done our underground works. So on Saturday, I'm begging and appealing everyone to go out and vote for AAC for presidential election. Thank you so much. God bless us. I will continue to give us updates on this very particular matter. We are not going to relent until justice prevails. We need to know what verdict has been given to the custom officer Destiny that shot someone dead. We need to get to know the verdict right now. We need to know how the federal government are working on it. We don't want them to take this for granted because we will not take it lightly. Thank you so much. We are going to follow up the matter legally and make sure that justice prevails. God bless Nigeria. God save Nigeria. And God bless all my people. For as many of our people overseas, don't be afraid to come home. Always come home when you want to come home. Anybody that wants to fight you for your own labor, God Almighty will disappoint them. Because the book of Job chapter 5 verse 12 says, God disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their ends cannot perform their enterprise. If these force men, if the custom officers are jealous of our people that do travel overseas, they should go and travel. They should put their uniform. It's a decision thing. Our people made their own choice to travel to go and hustle. They should go and put their uniform and give to the federal government that they don't want to work again. Libya is still there. The desert is still there for them to travel through. The Mediterranean Sea is still there. It can enter almost thousands of people at a time to sail on that very sea. They should go and try the journey to see when there is one-day journey. They should go and process visa. Let them know how many days it will take them to process visa before they will leave this country. So they should stop inconveniencing our people. They should stop inconveniencing our people.